Ether. I got this.
Hey folks, this is ioEther and we're back with some more World of Tanks. So as you can see, this is Sir Talk-A-Lot in his Churchill 3, and he's on Siegfried line and a tier 5 game. And I like this name and this tank because, well, this tank's going to be doing a lot of talking. This gun fires relatively fast and it's got a lot of ammo, so yeah, I think he's going to be speaking to a lot of people a lot. In the meantime, before we get started, if you want to support the channel directly, the best way is to click on the game list account in the description below and use that to support the channel. If you don't want to support the channel that way, stop changing my settings. If you don't want to support the channel that way, that's perfectly fine. The like button is always available and is completely free. And that is a great way to support the channel as well. I always get nervous when I watch people drive over these. Mostly because I still remember the game back in the day when friendlies would get stuck on these, thinking they could jump them and they couldn't. And now you can, but I still feel like I'm just gonna turn the corner and see a heavy tank stuck sideways on those one of these days. Yeah, because that didn't happen almost every game at these tiers back in the day. Never. Ooh, a Crusader 4, just, you know, in the open. So he fires one shell before he's fully aimed because this gun reloads so fast that he actually doesn't even finish aiming again before he reloads another shell. And so why not fire a shell when he's, you know, got the blue at nearly full? What does it matter? You're gonna reload so fast. It's just over 2 seconds on reload. His aim time is 3 seconds or something like that. So by the time he fires, he's going to have reloaded before he's aimed in again. So you might as well take a shot at you know, when you first see a target. Why not? Oh, sadly that first shell bounced. Second shell goes in and third shell bounces. Oh, come on. Good. He's seeing very little surface area, but he's penning some of these shells. Is trying to shoot for the turret on the enemy Churchill 3, as that is the weak point. Ooh, look, a B1 in the open. B1's not really doing a whole lot to hide himself. Oh, KV1S doing a good job putting a good shell into us. And B1 trying desperately, but it's a B1. I've only ever seen one person do particularly well in that tank, and that was Ash. Oh look, a Covenanter has gotten behind us. And he apparently decided to shoot our Stug 3 instead of us, which I understand. The Stug is a much softer target. Unfortunately for him, he may have lived to regret. Well, he didn't live, so I guess maybe he didn't live to regret it, but he may have regretted it. I'm sorry for that. That was my bag falling off a chair because, of course, it couldn't do that when I'm not recording. No, that would be silly. Ooh, yeah, nice shot into the Wolverine. Still getting shot by the enemy Churchill 3, but he's not shooting our turret, so we really don't care. Enemy KV1S is looking like he wants to come back in and fight. Ooh, look, an AT2 in the middle of an open field. This is a tier 5 game, so an AT2 is a really, really powerful enemy. Oh, a Matilda. That's also a powerful enemy. Sir Talk-A-Lot is trying to angle his tank so that Matilda has the hardest as possible time penetrating us, but it's a Matilda. He's got a powerful gun, so he's probably just punching rounds right through the front of our tank. Yeah, even angled like that, the Churchill's armor is very is not a really competent threat against a Matilda's gun. Unfortunately, firing into the AT2 is not able to hit any of the real weak spots, so he's just not going to do anything to it. At this ranges, he's not going to have the stopping power to be able to kill it, really. Unless he hits it in the back, or he manages to get a lucky shot into the side of that cupola. I mean, it's a it's a beast of a tank at this level. It is basically the tier 5 version of a T95. It could be called a mini Doom Turtle, because it can just walk forward through a hail of gunfire at this tier, and then kill you. There's not a whole lot you can do about it, except for run away, because it is extremely subtle. Shooting this KV-1 who seriously just vanished. Okay, well, he was there for some of those shells. He took a lot of shells before our first shell collided with the dirt behind him. And now, ooh, oh no, we died. Well, wow, okay, so you get hit by 17 shots. One of them was stop switching tanks. Stop! Please stop! Please stop! Please stop switching tanks. Okay. Oh, for crying out! It's the only way I can control the game. Stop switching tanks. So I can't control those switches, by the way. I have no control over that. That is completely based on Sir Talkwat getting bored and just clicking through the list of tanks at the end of the game. It's one of the reasons I don't like casting games where people die, because this crap happens eventually. Anyways, so he took 17 shots. One of the last ones was an HE-1 from the artillery, and then of course the shot from the KV-1 finished him off. Without that arty shot, the KV-1 shot would not have killed him, and he could have probably killed the KV-1. Good. Now, no. Okay, this is probably a good one to look at. There should be an M4 in front of. Stop. Should be an M4 in front of the Martyr 2, who's the Martyr should be walking up on. So why we're not watching the Martyrs perspective, I don't know. Stop switching tanks. Anyways, this should be a dead SU-122A, and the Martyr has found the M4, and so we switch over to him, and yeah, M4 is AFK, and dead M4. Nope. There we go. Remind me never to cast a game where somebody dies in the middle of it ever again. Anyways, but this was an awesome game from Sir Talkwat before he managed to die, sadly. This is a Master Badge first class game, Bruiser, Duelist, Fire for Effect. But the Confederate and the High Caliber are the impressive things here. Just look at how many tanks he put shots into. No wonder he managed to claim a Confederate, for crying out loud. Only netting himself 3 kills, but 1,700 damage done in a tier 5 game. That is incredibly impressive. And his experience is so much higher than everybody else's. You can barely exceed his experience if you add the next 2 together. Wow, that is amazing. And I think he might actually have. No, but he's pretty close to having more experience than the entire enemy team combined, which is really very sad. Wow. A good game from the enemy Churchill, though. He did do 1,000 damage. He was trying to carry his team. He just wasn't quite up to the task. 45 shots fired in 4 minutes and 50 seconds. Considering the fact that he had to walk up to the town, it's more like 4 minutes. That was a beautiful showing for the Churchill 3. Unfortunately, dying at the end there, and then the switching perspectives all the time, irksome as anything. For anyone who doesn't know, if you hit the control button while you're in game, that's the default anyway. If you changed it, then you need to go check on what it is. You can then move your mouse around. That's how you do things like check what your penetration values on your armament is during the game, or ping the map, or whatever else. Now, when you're dead, if you want to, instead of clicking with your left click or right click buttons to go through the whole list of tanks, you can just hit control and click on the tank you want to go to. If you hover over the tank, it will briefly light up on the minimap, showing you where you are clicking and, well, what tank you're going to go to. It doesn't always work in the current versions of World Tanks because glitches, but it should work most of the time, and that's a much easier and less frustrating way to cycle through the tanks you actually want to see versus all the rest of the tanks you don't care about. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Do remember, if you want to support the channel directly, the best way is the game list link in the description below. And if you just want to support the channel and like all my videos, then hit that like button. That is epic too. And we'll have a 300 subscriber giveaway starting on Sunday, going for 2 weeks, and it will be a month of premium time that will be given away. So look forward to that, and I will see you all later. Have a great night. This is ioEther out.